What up? We're rocking and rolling. Another week. We're going to start slamming out these episodes, slamming out some podcasts. This is the Golf Podcast. I'm your boy, Eric. I'm here with Mario. Let's go.
And I'm your boy Mario.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Already know it. Me and Eric are on this. We're excited to have you guys attend and listen to us and talk about golf and other related stuff that we have going on. And like he said, man, this is a dope golf podcast. We got some dope stuff
It
coming
is
for you
dope,
guys.
man. It's exciting, dude. I've mentioned it before in other podcasts, and I've been in the other podcasts, but I'm absolutely pumped to do this one. We run the show. We get to do whatever the hell we want. We're gonna rock it and have fun doing it, brother.
That's
So
exactly right.
we got to play together recently. It's fun to see you sling sticks. I know you stand from the opposite side, but you crush it. Dude. You're on the hole. I saw you knock down. We were playing for money, and you knocked down with like a 40-footer on number 3, and I was like, oh crap.
I'm saying, right? Yeah, no, dude, it was just to show a little glimpse of what we're working with, dude. Yeah, me and Eric, we went and played and had a blast over there at Carrollwood Country Club over here in Tampa, Florida. Took a couple of guys out there, took a line and took Andy. But man, Eric, I'll tell you what though, bro, I'm just glad that we finally got to meet up. If you guys didn't know, me and Eric, man, we talked and we done a podcast episode together, and we've talked through social media and stuff like that. So it was in the making. It's been about a year or two that me and Eric planned on meeting up and just never did it. And then he was like, "Yo, I'm coming to Tampa, so let's go ahead and ride it out." And I was like, "Yo, I'm down to
Dude,
play, dog. Let's get it."
I'm writing
I was
this
like, "Hell
ship,
yeah!"
like again it's more stuff we'll talk about, but I'm on this crazy golf adventure right now, not just in business, but this trip and it's kind of like that Jim Carrey, what, yeah, is it called Yes? Well, Yes Man. And I'm kind of on
Oh
this
yeah, yes,
golf
man.
journey
Yeah,
Yes
yeah.
Man trip, and I've definitely hit up the homies that I've stayed in contact with. I played in quite a few like create tour, social media style golf events, but they're still the ones that haven't been to the tournaments
Yeah.
like yourself. And we just been in contact the whole time. Like you said, we did the other podcast, and it was for the other podcast, and it was very restricted. And I like I said, I really love that podcast. Across the pond, it's over now, but we split ways. My boy Craig's over at out of bounds golf and already charting, and we'll bring him over soon. But dude, let's fucking rip it up, dog.
Dude, we're I'm telling you, bro, guys. I mean, we're not even gonna hold back. No
Yeah, bro.
bleeping, no nothing. We're gonna say our mind, talk our shit, and have everything going. I mean, yo, we'll be doing podcasts like this where we just call people out and we're just gonna be talking hella shit. I mean, it is gonna be one of the most exciting things, like we said, bro. Shit's gonna be chill. It's gonna be dope. We're ready to hand this to you guys. So I mean, hey man, to start off with, dude, let's look at this fucking Olympics, huh? Scotty Scheffler coming on a comeback, bro. Literally plus 6,000 the last 5 holes, and then proceeds to just fucking unleash a monster, just proving that like why he's number one in the world. I mean, dude,
Dude,
fucking
here was
insane.
so I put a post out the night before, and I'm like, bro, like the PGA world's gonna go wild. Fucking John Rahm's gonna come out and take it, and Liv is just gonna notch another freaking notch in their belt, and the PGA. I'm not a hater on either side, dude. I enjoy both sides. I am pro go grow golf. I don't think it's for everybody, let's be honest, but I am super pro grow
Yeah,
golf, and I like both sides. But if Liv won the Olympics for the United States or just the world, I thought it was going to be a shit show. And dude, like you said, Scotty Scheffler came out, proved why he's number one. He shot a 62 final day. Like, not only did he shoot a 62, John Rahm, and you hate to see it not come down to like two players fucking gutting it out. But really, John Rahm folded. I'm not
yeah,
gonna say he lost the Olympics because it fucking Scotty still had to go out and shoot 62 to still win by one. Um, I never thought Tommy had a chance because Tommy's like that guy that likes just to be, on the second step from the top. And I hate to talk crap on him, I think he's a good golfer. Great bit. Brenton wanted it. He really wanted it from his country. That's, like his thing overall. Like, I think he's a very team player oriented guy,
right.
but fucking dude, Chef Meister, dog, that little jail sentence hooked him up.
Yeah. Dude, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. And like you said, bro, it's like John Rahm's doing this for his country, and it's not only like that he's doing it for live, because I mean, for most of the guys, it's really just because you're getting a guaranteed check. I mean, Rahm got over what 300 million, and then Bryson's only getting $125 million contract, right? Just straight from LIV. You're just going into it, So and just to remind everybody, like all the guys there that are playing for the Olympics, they're not getting a check from that. Like there is no cut. There is like it is just straight like if you place a medal to whatever your country pays you or whatever the Olympics pays. So I mean for to see Scheffler win it and then get so emotional when the United States, of America's national anthem is playing, it's just beyond shows you how much love they have for their country, and not only that, just for the game of golf and how it's growing. I mean, this guy's I mean, and you can't really bust Tiger Woods for this at all because I mean, like you can compare it to Tiger Woods all you want, but the Olympics golf only started literally 4 years ago prior to this. You know what I mean? So starting in Brazil, so Tiger Woods couldn't really put a notch under his belt saying, "Hey, I won an Olympic gold medal," right? But Scotty can't because he's in his youth. You know what I mean? But going to that, man, it's just crazy to see that this man is just literally writing a story for himself that's just unbelievable. I mean, the man goes to jail, absolute savage, just comes out freaking balling, showing everybody what's up. I mean, he didn't win the tournament he got into jail on, but but dude, I mean, the man's an absolute animal. And going to John Rahm, bro, I mean, shooting a 39 on the backside, it's kind of like a choke. You know what I mean? I mean, he was up what 4 strokes on the turn or something like that. And everybody thought it was just gonna be a guarantee. I mean, you see this man close all the time, but going to that, bro. I mean, John Rahm just being that guy. Sometimes
Dude,
it comes
the
at a different
pressure
level of
comes the
pressure, or
pressure the
it's
pressure
not it
comes
doesn't
heavy.
work
Look,
every time.
we saw the
Yeah,
emotion hit Scotty Scheffler, and I kind of expected that. You know what I mean? He's very family oriented, very God oriented, very
yeah,
in touch with his emotion. Let's say, in a very non-homo way, like, and nothing. Let's just be honest. Like he's just very. He's like he's
I
like
mean,
the
not
nuclear
no homo, bro.
family man for America to represent that, and he's a very
Right.
ideal person to do so. But I also think John Rahm in Spain and some of these other countries, like Victor Perez, like he almost medaled for France, but or Tom Kim, like these people are like very oriented toward the country, and represent their countries. And Tom Kim's its own story as well
Exactly.
with his military portion of it, but um, dude, but
Oh my
like that's
God,
why I
yeah.
thought Tommy Fleetwood, if he was gonna have a shot, like he might, because he's just that Great Britain guy, like that. He's so strong. Like, yeah, we know Rory McIlroy, is England, but like he just I don't know. He's proud. It just shows off in a different light. And I thought Rom had it. I think he's was probably super emotional about it because they always tie everything back to Sevi and that kind of thing. And I made a joke on my
Yeah.
Instagram about Sevi not rolling over in his grave, but to be honest, they all take it
Oh
that
my
deep
God.
too. So, um, you know,
They do. So I mean, why
right,
not? Why can't we,
right.
right?
Hold the
Yeah, I
mic up.
mean, dude, it's crazy to see, especially for Fleetwood. Just mostly because I mean, recalling to another event, I can't really remember of it because it was a little bit ago, but he was in contention to win an event, not on the Olympics level, but it was when he was going against Sung J M, and he was basically in the same situation, bro. He had to birdie the hole to tie, and both times, I mean, hey, I'm no better than Fleetwood, but at both of those times, man, it's just like, okay, it's clutch time. But the hole before on 17, he bogeys. You know what I mean? So like where does it come to a level of like, okay, let me take my medicine here. I really don't have to hit an extreme club. Okay, I just need par, and I'm still in contention. I can go to a playoff. I get it. You want to get that birdie and solidify it for yourself. Not only that, for your country. But dude, I mean, it's just 2 times where I've just seen Fleetwood just not come in clutch. Now, granted, he did get a silver. Matsuyama got a bronze. But congratulations to them. But I mean, it's just crazy to see Fleetwood, dude. Because I mean, I'm a fan of him. I've always wanted to see him, succeed, especially for going to Paul Casey as well. For him and Paul Casey, for me when I was a younger golfer, those are the two
Yep.
guys I've wanted to see succeed the most because they deserve it. But you just never really saw it from them, coming in
Right.
clutch
And
like that. They always put up a good 3 scores, but the last day
I
just
think
seems to
that's
get
like
them
a
every
perfect
time.
transition too, because I used to like Paul Casey. He was kind of like, I don't know. I just his name he just stood out. He definitely, they represented him well, or maybe his like image worked well with broadcasting at the time.
He did.
And He definitely was pushed as a person to follow. I think Fleetwood has been that person as well, but it's just hard to jump on that back when he keeps falling back. And I don't know if he needs a new
Right.
caddy or whatever. Is it have something to do with like Ted Scott that pushes? I think that's a Scheffler's caddy, right? But anyway, that's one of the things that pushes him. I'm sure through these tough times. It's not just him, and it is a lot of team mental game in that coming down stretch, and he just hasn't had it. I can't believe that he's not gonna get it. And it actually surprises me too. I would
Yeah.
like to see Fleetwood go out and play in a Puerto Rico Open or play in the Honda ISP or something. Go get or the Barracuda or one of these like um lower FedEx Cup points tournaments early in the year, even later in the year, or go team up in the Zurich or something, the
Right.
team one, and go get your first dub, dude. Because the once you chalk up a
Right.
dub, like you want to order six wings at B Dubs. You know what I'm saying? You don't want just one.
Right.
It's a
Exactly.
lot
No.
easier to do that. It's like teeing off from the red tees, or one of like Bryson's mantras. It's like tee off from the red tees, because you need to go up there and score. Yeah, it feels awkward, but you need to learn how to score. Like if you can't handle putting up a 79, you're never breaking 80. If you can't handle putting up a 69, you're never going to break 70. And you're sure not going to do it from the back. And I
Yeah.
just think he needs to pull that dub off. And it might not have to be dramatic fashion like the Olympics. I think he could go do it somewhere else. And
No, not at all. I mean, dude, I think it's just really him just having to enter in the small events, just like you said, it's just trying to get, it's just like sending pitchers to the minor leagues for a little bit, get a couple dubs in your belt, strike out a few guys, fuck them up, and then come back in the MLB, be a
yup.
little bit more confident, and then come your way, So whether if that means going to the Asian tour and just trying some other events, or going to another tour real quick, but still playing in the PGA, or just doing something small, get out of the house a little bit, relax. I mean, you always get nervous when you go up to a tournament, but not, not have a higher stress level for yourself. And then just try to get back on the saddle. You know what I mean? It's not like he was doing bad. I mean, on the final round, he had 3 bogeys and he had at least 7 birdies. You know what I mean? So it's not like, or no, he had 8 birdies. So it's not
Right.
like he's doing terrible here. But those three bogeys do add up. For everybody. Because I mean, if you're looking at these guys, they're the best in the world. I mean, you can't really compare this. I mean, the way I'm going to say this analogy is towards swimming. When you look at the swimming events, everybody's like right on line with each other. You know what I mean? By
Right.
point milliseconds. So when it comes to golf, dude, everybody's just off by one stroke. Unless you're Scotty Scheffler, absolutely obliterating them. That's where you get on Michael Phelps level.
Yep.
Or Katie Ledecky level. You know what I mean? So going to that, it's just like one bogey can really just solidify a round, or one birdie, or like one birdie can solidify a round, or one bogey can really fuck you up. You know what I mean? So it's not like, and it's not like we're bashing Fleetwood at all. It's just, damn it, dude, we really wish that we could
Yeah.
see this motherfucker close. You
He's
know what I mean?
just
And just
he's
literally
neglecting
just see him get
himself
a dub.
almost. It is what you're saying. Like there are the blowaway,
Yeah.
runaway winners. Like Tiger had his year 2000, where he just obliterated the field, and
Yeah.
Scheffler's having a um very chart comparison year. I don't think you can compare money just because inflation, but you could compare tournaments. He's almost won like amount of majors. I think that's where he comes up short, but ends up winning the Olympics. And he could
Right.
come out and where it just absolutely falls short of the goat. Like he's not going to come out and take over the goat. This year has an asterisk on it. It's like the bubble. It's like LeBron
Yeah.
James winning in the bubble, dude. Yeah, it's a title, but those who endured it, like it has an asterisk next to it. And
Right.
unfortunately, with the live split, it's hard to say you just like you played the best in the world at all times, especially with Bryson coming out and winning.
It's so
And
controversial. It
it's an
is.
asterisk, but it's a beautiful one. Like you know what I mean. For him to still go out and win would be
I
he has to though, or
Yeah.
it's gonna be an absolute just catastrophe.
I think for him, I mean, I think what's next for Scotty Scheffler is, and the only way you can really just solidify yourself as being the best, now with the live being involved, and we've had the live for what was it, over 4
Like it's
years
been
now, 3 to 4
3
years now.
years, I
So
think, in 2 years. This
yeah,
is, the first. Last year they had Adelaide, which was like their big water hole tournament where Chase Koepka's hole in one.
right.
But this year's the first year is where it's caught a lot of attention, and like I saw it firsthand in Nashville, like that shit was popping. So
Yeah, right. I mean, and like I said, the way that for Scotty to really show that he is, you know, like you said, dude, it's a huge asterisk, and it's a beautiful one, but it's like it's harder to compare. Dude, I want to say that he is on track to being Tiger Woods or better. But I mean, like you said, dude, it's a big asterisk right there, or however the hell you say that word. It's a big one because you don't have everybody that's
yeah,
the best in the world there. So the only way that you can really solidify it now is winning your majors and trying to go for the Grand Slam, right? So doing something that Rory McIlroy could never do, and it still hasn't done. You know what I mean? So for Rory, it's the Masters, right? And for Phil Mickelson, it's the U.S. Open, right? So really, the best way that you can solidify yourself to doing this is when the live event is when the live golfers can be involved. Kicking Brooks Koepka's ass. Even though he's the major.
yeah, and to duck hook and tangent off of that, like I think the Live and PGA have to absolutely run joint tournaments, dude. Like, listen, and what's crazy, it will never happen because of money purposes. But what there should almost be the
Yeah,
third. There almost should needs to be the third tour that like has the joint events that hosts the joint events. Now it doesn't become that monopoly one sided. Let these players go play in a couple um, fun
yeah,
event, or I'm not going to say necessarily fun. Like they need to be competitive and strong, but like this gives the viewers this closes that out, and it's not the Masters. Yeah, that's not exactly a PGA event, and that's why these guys are able to play on it. But
yeah.
the table, the height of the value of that tournament is so high that, dude, it changes it up a bit. And
Well, and well, and this is a thing that I mean, everybody wants to see that, right? Everybody wants, at first, dude, it's just like, okay, live tour PGA. You know what I'm saying? Now that we're 3 years in, like I was saying, it's everybody wants to kind of see this conjoined tour, where it is live golf versus PGA Tour, two separate teams. And how can you do that? I don't know. I mean, like you said, it's gonna come at a big cost money wise to try and see if you can do that. But what we have right now is, like I said, dude. I mean, it's just major events. I mean, that's really all that you can do is major events, and then sooner or later that time for people that have won other majors is going to come to an end. You won't see as many live golfers, right? For them to be valued in there, unless they won a major. You know what I mean? Then they're going to be there every
and I
time. But
I I truly
um,
think the ultimate equalizer here is not just the third event, but um there's got to be some sort of percentage or something. Like I think Liv could do um like a buy-in team almost, or like a scramble team. Like they could pick up a couple DP players or a couple PGA or a couple Asian Tour players to do a
gotcha.
fill-in week, or they could do like a
Right.
recycle, not, let's not call them recycled, let's just call them like the pickup team or whatever, from a week to week
Yeah.
basis. And see what
Exactly.
happens with the pickup team, and maybe the best pickup team ends up playing for the championship at the end or something. But that and you can make it inclusive. Like there could be an option there for to drop in a couple, like a Nelly Quarter or something, into a round. I think anything like that. We had that tournament this year where Lynn Grant won the joint male female tournament, which you beat a bunch of
Yeah.
dudes. I mean, yeah, they're teeing off from different tee boxes, but
I
bringing
mean, still at the end. No, but it's still at the end of the day, bro. I mean, you're winning a golf event against other guys that are used to shooting low scores. You know what I mean? So how can I mean you can't not give them props for that shit. You know what I
And I
mean?
think I think knocking anything other than letting everybody play the best in the world um, is just a knock in general. Like it just needs to happen, and that closes that thought process of, does Scotty earn it? Because if he's going out there and beating the best all the time, everywhere, then yeah, he deserves the moniker of number one, and the little goat.
He deserves the Ballon d'Or, bro, for
You know?
golf. He literally deserves the Ballon d'Or for golf,
Yep.
dog, without a doubt. So I mean, and you know, this you're gonna have those people that are all on stats, and you're gonna have those people that are all on feelings. You know, when it comes to is he better than Tiger Woods, and do I think he's on track? I mean, I mean, this guy. I mean, dude, this man is literally won $30 million this year
Yeah,
already,
it's
and that's not even a fraction of a live contract. That's kind of insane considering of how many events he's won, and he's number one in the world. And you know what I mean. But like, uh, going to the Tiger thing, I think that he is on track to being one of the best golfers to ever exist. Though he's only won 2 majors, that both being the Masters. Like I said earlier, dude, I just think that he needs to win more major events if he wants to solidify himself as one of the best golfers to ever live.
right.
You know what I mean? So, but I mean, he has plenty of years for that. He just had a kid, and apparently, this guy, you know, is his baby is literally the money maker and the literally monkey's paw. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, he is killing. I mean, dude, that ever since he's had a kid, bro, he's absolutely blowing up. He was doing it beforehand, but he's just doing
I
it
think
even
on his
harder
I think
now.
on a side note, you got to applaud his wife too. I have a child, so I know how difficult it is to be
Yeah.
either or, and how much time it
Right.
takes to have a newborn baby, and so she's obviously taken on a bunch, and I'm sure on his off weeks he's heavily involved. But
For sure.
that's resilience, dude, to go out there and just dominate while this is happening. Most men our age have kids, they get fat and go to work. He's winning
Right.
championships and he's winning gold medals. Like, I mean, you just
Dude, like, this man is, I'm telling you, the man is a literal walking stud. I mean, bro is a goat, bro. Like,
yeah.
literally.
Well, we'll see what happens. He's not playing this week at the Wyndham. We'll see him obviously at the FedEx. So I think top 70 play the FedEx in Memphis. The top 50 go on to the BMW. I believe
Yep.
I believe it's in Georgia, and then or is that in Hill? I don't know where that's at. BMW.
No, the FedEx is in Atlanta.
BMW in Atlanta, and then you go over to
Oh no, not
that's
the BMW.
that's
The FedEx in Atlanta.
East Lake's in Atlanta.
Yeah. No, BMW. The BMW is going to be in Colorado at Castle Rock, or in Castle Rock.
Yeah. That's in Colorado. Oh, here I am out here.
Yes,
dude.
bro. That's what
Damn,
I'm saying.
bro.
That's what I'm saying, my boy. You're a fucking Colorado
Damn,
native.
bro.
The fuck you talking about?
Well, normally they have. I
saying.
thought the BMW, because there's like a Corn Ferry BMW event too that I thought. Or anyway, yeah, I didn't even
Possibly, I believe.
I didn't
so,
even
yeah.
know that, but I'm out
No,
on
but
this
dude,
side of the
but,
world
I mean,
now.
yo, this is a no, exactly, dude. You're freaking doing round trips right now through
Yeah.
states, bro. You're just going back and forth. Dead ass. It's fucking
But-
crazy. But hey, we got Lucas Glover coming up, bro. He's the defending champ over at the FedEx St. Jude. It's gonna be in Memphis, Tennessee at TPC Southwind, bro. I think that's gonna be an exciting tournament to see. I think Lucas Glover is going back to it, right? I believe he gets an exempted.
I
I'm not totally
I would
positive
assume
about
that
that.
he got exempt to come back and play in this event.
Yeah.
He went back to back last year around this time, so to sneak him
Yep.
in at the end, he was all the talk. In fact, I don't even use a golf glove, so I remind myself of the ass sweat. The ass sweat.
Dude, I literally lost my shit when I saw you pull up with no gloves. I was like, "Yo, you forgot your glove in the cart," and he was like, "Nah, bro, I just rock it without a glove." And I was like, "Damn, okay,
Dude.
my boy's finna find out what Florida's like."
Dude,
shit.
I have this fucking thing, bro. It's like once you pull out the camera, I'm effed, dude. Like once the camera comes out, like I'm gonna pull off some good shots. Yeah, I'm still a good decent golfer, but like my head game is totally out of golf. And then I'm already ADD, like squirrel, whatever, like, and I'm hard on myself too, so that just all adds up to a shitty golf game, trying to be a creator, influencer, podcaster, golfer, all in the same fucking time.
Dude, we're just guys being guys, bro.
And then to add in, like, I could barely find my wallet, I could barely find my keys, I could barely find my phone on a hole-to-hole or a shot-to-shot basis, and then I got to add in a glove to that mix, dude. I lose like 4 of those.
Dude, not only that, bro, you got to watch out for the fucking animals trying to steal your food, bro. Dude, I've literally had, I went to Cabot, bro, and I kid you not, I got this nice little bacon wrap or whatever it was, bacon chicken with like ranch wrap or some shit. Dude, totally gas. Yo, I swear, you literally have to put a towel over your box and like cover it up, like wrap it up, so that way crows don't take them, bro. I literally had a whole crow pull up to the cart and literally just poking at it, trying to get through. Like, I swear to God, bro,
I've actually
you
had
have a lot to think about
two
when you're
good
on the course
animals.
down
One,
here. I
I've
swear.
had two good animal ones this year. So I did in Colorado. It's the magpies, dude. So they're the black and white
Yeah,
birds. Yeah, if you order a burrito, they're already standing outside ready to shank you, dude.
they're
Yeah,
on
they're
that
gonna
shit.
shank you as soon
Yeah,
as you exit the door. They look like pigeons, but they will fucking shank you for that there burrito. And then
that's hilarious.
and then it's crazy. I bought a brownie, right? Like I don't know, some shit brownie from like 7-Eleven or something, in the package still, in the zipper. And this little motherfucking chipmunk goes in there, pulls out the package, no other food in my bag. So it smelled it so strong that it went in there, got the brownie, ate the
That's
fucking shit
crazy.
out of the fucking wrapper while we're putting, dude.
Yeah,
Like this, like I
right.
almost thought it was a raccoon. It was so fast and so sly, but it was a little freaking squirrel got me, bro. Bastard.
That's hilarious. Oh my god.
Yeah,
But I mean, dude. So this is also a funny thing as well, bro. Is that seeing Eric without the gloves on there too, bro? You should have seen this man's swamp ass. Absolutely
dude.
ridiculous out there, bro.
I mean, it all
Oh my
shows. I
god.
have like that washboard ass, like so it's non-existent. Like King of the Hill's pretty impressed by my talents,
Yep.
and yeah, so there's no hiding it, dude. So definitely Florida though, dude. Colorado kid, no humidity, all altitude. When the sun's out, it gets a little hot, but dude, Florida is an
What?
animal. It's
Hey man, well, I mean, you're in that cold weather in Colorado sometimes, and not during the summer season. I'm sure you don't really sweat as much. You're trying not to. You may freeze your ass to death. You know what
absolutely.
I'm
Well,
saying?
I'm
So,
I'm actually kind of curious to see how these boys hit at the BMW out there. Like,
I'm sure
cool
they'll do fine. I
Memphis,
mean, they're gonna hit it farther.
dude. All right, so they're playing in Castle Rock. Are they playing in Castle Pines South? So are they playing?
Yep, they're playing Castle Pines Golf
Yeah,
Club.
so Castle Pines is where they used to play the International, the Stableford. My first tournament I
Yep,
ever went to was the International. I saw Tiger Woods when I was like 6 years old.
that's
I
sick.
didn't get to see the hole in one. I was in the hole before, but like it was louder than a Broncos football game scoring a touchdown when that man got a hole in one. Like it was one of the most
I
powerful.
mean, dude, everybody
It
wants
was
to
one of the
see
most
it.
powerful experiences, and that was I think one of his last hole in ones, because Tiger Woods like is lack hole in ones for like 16 years or something on tour, which is
Yeah,
kind of mind boggling to think about. Like, uh, how just impactful, and how many shots he's made. And then you think about somebody like Sam Snead, who's got like 28 or 30 on tour, which is way back in the day where they're
I mean,
using.
at the end of the day, bro, that's just in. It's. I mean, I don't. I mean, you can't even. It's dude, when you get a hole in one, it's unbelievable. I've fortunately had one. I did it with my dad over at Callaway Gardens before like a US Open qualifier, and it was during a practice round. Hit a 4 iron 220 minute in the hole, but dude, I mean, it's really is amazing to see people have hole in ones, especially, and it's also surprising to see that Tiger doesn't have a lot. But then again, it's just like, I mean, it's luck at the end of the day if that shit goes in. And that man, Sam Snead, is the luckiest man ever to have 30 or so, whatever. He's got a lot, however many hole in ones. But I sure as hell know that those bar tabs were sure as hell expensive too,
Dude,
bro. Goddamn
and
right it was.
that was back when it was real, bro. Like I think we joke about it,
Yeah.
buying your partners a beer, but like back
Yep.
then, like you're buying everyone a beer, you're getting
Dude, that
fucked up.
shit's written,
you
dog.
know,
Yeah, that's in
it,
the
that's when
rules.
it was in blood and stone, bro. And like you're not getting past that. You're not. Everyone knows. There didn't need to be
Yeah.
cell phones. It was just everyone knew on the course. So
Exactly. Exactly. Well, hey, we got the Colorado, so we got the FedEx St. Jude coming up. We have the BMW Championship coming up. Dude, I mean, we're ready to talk about those, but Victor Hovland's defending the old Colorado Castle Rock, bro. How do you feel like he's going to do during the FedEx as well? I mean, I think he's definitely going to make the championship without a doubt. I mean, it's Victor Hovland, bro. The man shows up stone before the round. He's the most relaxed out there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
So
mean, what is he sitting right now though? Like I don't even.
let's see.
Is he even? He's I don't even see him, brother. What's I have no idea. Google him real quick, cause I'll talk. I mean, so my thoughts are this: like, but if you're not in the top 50 right now, you're struggling, dude. And realistically, you need to
Yeah.
be in the top 25. The top 50 need to win and win now. They need to win, come out and probably win the Wyndham or win out there and win out there.
It says he's 7th.
Oh, he's 7th.
Yeah, it
Okay.
says he's 7th. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Best world ranking was 3rd, but right now, yeah, he's 7th. Bro, I was about to say, dude, because Victor has been doing pretty good this year. I thought he's won a couple events, and then, I mean, after that strong finish last year, dude. I mean, I was about to say, and then Scotty chokes, but now I'm fucking around. But yeah, I feel like I said, dude. I think Victor. I think Victor is one of the best golfers I've seen, especially with his tempo and seeing how he stays very composed on the golf course. I I don't know about you, bro, but I mean, do you think he has a chance of going back to
I
back?
don't. I
That's my
swear to
question.
God, I do not see him right now. I'm fucking losing it. If he's 7th, then yeah, but it's got to be someone in the top 10. Hold on. Why don't you chat for a second? Let me look.
All right, so I'm looking at it right here. So during the Memorial Tournament present by Workday, he placed first. So we can go ahead and talk about his stats.
Okay.
So the FedEx St. Jude tied for 20th, BMW Championship 35th, Tour Championship. Let's see. I think this goes back a little bit. Let me see. Okay, so here we go. 2024. So to start off with, he was, let's see. He was tied for 22nd on that one. Okay, yeah, I found it. All right, so here we go. So at the Century, he tied for 22nd. At the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am, he tied for 58th. Genesis, he tied for 19th. Arnold Palmer, 36th. The Players Championship, 62nd. At the Masters, missed cut. It's kind of crazy to see that he's in 7th, though. I mean,
That's what.
I guess it's based off of the field and who's there, but it says that Wells Fargo you got 24th,
See, you're
US
talking.
PGA
I swear
Championship
to you, you're
3rd.
talking about last year, bro. He is not on this list. 7th right now.
No, it says it right here. Yeah, it says his current world ranking is 7th. Yeah.
That's not the FedEx. Look up FedEx. He's like world ranking 7th from last year, but his FedEx standing, I don't literally do not see him.
Let me see.
So right now I got Scheffler 1, Schauffele 2, McElroy 3, Morikawa, Sungjae M, Lowry, Clark, Badia, Aberg, Thagala, McIntyre, Harmon, Matsuyama. Yeah, I literally don't see him. So I'm thinking top 10. I think you got to worry about Ludwig. I think Morikawa's strong, and then the top 3: McElroy, Schauffele, and Scheffler. I think it's theirs to win, dude.
Oh, dude, you're
And
kind of right.
the
So
Wyndham will
Victor,
kind of
oh,
shuffle
dude, so here
around
we go.
like
Here we go. Here we go. Victor
the Wyndham
Hovland
will
is
shuffle
actually on
around
the
the
cut
top.
line.
Dude, yeah. So he's there. I just don't.
Did you hear that?
He would literally. He's got to be playing this weekend in the Wyndham.
He's
He would
55th
have to
right
go
now.
out and win the Wyndham. He would need to go. He would need to go. Yeah, he's gonna be struggling, bro. Like, so he's gonna have to go win the Wyndham or place top 3, which I don't even. That gives him a couple points, and then he's gonna have to go. He's gonna have to win either the FedEx St. Jude in Memphis, or he's gonna have to win in Colorado to have a shot, dude.
I
Realistically,
don't know. I mean,
because
I
what it's
feel
like,
like I,
here's the thing at the Tour Championship, it's almost like on the standings handicap too. So the player 1 starts at like 10 under, player 2 starts at like 8 under.
yeah.
So anything outside of the top 10, you're starting out 10 shots behind, dude. The number 1 golfer, and dude, that's an insane mountain to climb.
Yeah, I agree, and I mean, it's not. I really don't like the way that they do the format of giving people, strokes to take advantage of that. Now, I get it. You've been number one the whole season. Okay, I get that. But everybody found it more entertaining when you didn't have the already set under par system. I'm not gonna lie, just
Mm.
mostly because you love to see the competitiveness. You have somebody that can win the FedEx from the whole year, but then you have the person that can also just win the tournament. You know what I'm saying? And the way that I see it, bro. I mean, the best moment that I've seen when I go to the FedEx, because I lived in Georgia. I went to the FedEx multiple years. Is the best moment I saw was the Sunday that Tiger won it. I was literally in that crowd that was rushing through the fairway. But I mean, now do I think that it takes away from the fact that there's a person that's actually the number one ranked, and it wasn't Tiger Woods that won the event? You know what I'm saying? Because Justin Rose won the FedEx on points that year, and Tiger won the tournament, but everybody didn't seem to give a shit because they were like, bro, fuck Justin Rose, bro. Tiger
Yeah.
just won the event, dog. Like, what are you talking about? So maybe that was one of the last straws where it was like, okay, maybe we shouldn't do that system, um,
Yep.
but I mean, so going to the Victor Hovland thing, you're right. I think that if he does qualify and make it to the FedEx, it is going to be very hard for him to win the event, just based off of that system. Now, do I think that it's impossible for him to make the cut line? Absolutely not. I think the man is a
Yeah.
strong talent. He has a strong short game. I feel like that he can actually make the qualification with only 3 events having to play in. So, I mean, if he doesn't show up to this Wyndham tournament, it's going to be very, very surprising. But with the last 2 events, bro, or last 3 events that we have for the qualification, I think if I could put money on it, I probably would to say that he is going to qualify. I mean, really, not saying that you have to win the event necessarily, but at least you got to make the cut. That's one of that's one of the big factors. The second thing is I think that he has to end up in at least a top 10 for one of those events, and then for the next one he has to end up past the cut line at least in the top 25.
Yep.
If he wants to solidify something, he has to be in that little qualification era. Now that doesn't take away the fact that if other people win events and they're way outside the cut line and get ahead of him, there's also those factors too. So I mean, there's plenty of factors that come into play with him qualifying and trying to defend that FedEx Cup for himself. But I mean, I think it's one of those things where you just have to guarantee him in. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think that he'll make it for sure
So
with the
here's my
pressure on the
thing.
line.
Here's my thing. If I'm gonna go betting standards here, picking a dark horse, if you're outside the top 40, um, maybe a Chris Kirk or something. Somebody's won this year. Peter Malnati won this year at the Valspar.
Yeah,
That one's but that's way out of there. Justin Rose is up there. He almost
yep,
took home the Open. Um, Top 30, you got maybe Justin Thomas. We've seen him kind of come on strong a little bit late in the year, but just still hasn't won. It'd be pretty crazy for him. That'd be a huge storyline for him to come out and take down the FedEx.
yep,
Will Zalatoris coming off his injury year has played strong, showed up in a couple tournaments. He's 31. He'd be a good storyline. I just don't see him doing it. He just isn't known for closing it out and having the best putting throughout the
yeah,
full tournament. Moving on, Finau 26th. Him winning would just be a win for all families and just fun. But I just don't see him taking it. Cam Young, we've seen him come out. Um, Dude, he's a bomber. He's got that crazy pause kind of looking thing, but
yeah,
can he pull it together? And then this is where I'd get like realistic. We're in the top 15 now.
yep,
Matsuyama's always strong. He's showed up and got a bronze in the Olympics.
yep,
Robert McIntyre, we seen him come out and win the Scottish. He also won the Canadian RBC Heritage. Dude, so he's a young player out of Scotland. My boy Craig's, who I did the podcast with before, he's from Scotland, so I know he's huge into him. Call him Big Bob, and so I kind of got a little man crush on Big Bob, and I hope he plays well. I'd say he's my real dark horse. Berg, I think he's a danger, and then legitimately, it's the top 3, dude. Like it's theirs to lose. McIlroy can win at any time. Schauffele with his 2 major tournaments, and then
yep.
Scheffler. But dude, if if Scheffler loses, man, it'll be
It's
a
going to be
letdown.
heartbreaking, bro. I mean, it's been 2 times in a row where this guy has literally just been at the top. You get as many strokes as you have been, and then you be so clutch for the year, and then you don't close it. But dude, I really do feel very confident this is going to be his year. And going and then, but besides the fact of Scotty, because it seems like we're literally just riding his dick right now. Going to those other people, dude, and with the last 3 events coming up, I mean, it's 1,200 points here that we're talking if you earn just second place. You know what I mean? And it's 760 if you earn third. And then in fourth place you get 540, fifth place you get 440. So it seems like it's just going down by 100, except the second and third place. You know what I mean? So I mean, dude, there's a lot of room for people to actually try and make this cut line of 50 players to go to the FedEx Cup.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like, I mean, if you look at it, if you look at it here, I mean, dude, you can see Zach. Let me see here. Let me see. I got the list. You can
Well,
see.
so like it used to be, and here's why they did these events so high in points earning at the end. Is it used to be the top 125 made the cut, and now
Yeah,
really top 125 need to be looking out to retain their tour card,
yeah.
and not go back to an DP or something, or a smaller mini tour. But realistically, with that many points available, 700,000 could get
Dude, you could play like shit the whole
what,
season and still make this some bitch. Like
yeah,
that.
dude.
Like
Like
that's just where it's at.
with 700,000 available, you'd have to get to a million or 1,000 points. I mean, realistically, dude, like the top 125 still have a shot. Like someone in the
Hmm.
top 125, if they were to win
Dude,
outside top
even the dude,
70,
even dude, I swear to God, even the top 177. You know what I mean? I mean, Lonto
yeah,
Griffin could even make it if he wanted to, if he came in second place at this event. That's what's crazy. You know what I mean? And but not to say that any of these guys like that are on the low point totem pole for these for the FedEx Cup. Uh, like not saying that they're any good or not saying that they're any bad. You know what I'm saying? Or that they can't make it. You know what I'm saying? It's just showing you that the people that are at the top can't skip these next three events or next two
no.
events, the final two. They have to show up and they have to compete. You know what I'm saying? Like as long as you make the cut, you're in for both events. You know what I'm saying? If you're like in the top 15 at least, you know what I mean? So, um,
Well,
you know,
and also not only is there the handicap for the top 10, there's there's some quite a bit of money on the line too. So
yes,
to get in that top 10 is huge. And I mean, I see plenty of names. Siwoo Kim's, up there. Glover's on there. Bradley's on there. Uh, a lot of these dudes who are gonna need are gonna need a Alex Smalley, Sam Ryder.
yeah.
Uh, dude, I mean, it's everybody but the top 25 is what it looks like. Um,
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, I'm telling you though. So I mean, like you do want to see somebody like Spieth actually make the cut and get in there. You know, he's kind of had a rough, a rough decade since, well, not like a rough decade. He's had a rough 4 to 5 years now. Slowly figuring it out as he goes. I mean, he freaking killed it at the Ryder Cup, but um, what you really want to see is just these top guys just absolutely go out there and kick ass. You know what I mean? And like we were talking about earlier, you really want to see the live guys in there, but you're still getting big names in the top 10. You know what I mean? You
but
got
he,
Scotty, Xander, Rory. I mean, you got but I mean,
he,
like you also got rising stars like Ludwig Adberg. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah,
he's kicking ass too.
yeah. I think we saw him show up at the Ryder Cup last year. Obviously, play well. Came out of the PGA University program. He's fire. He's very mechanical. Like he looks like a robot. Like his swing path and all his shots and the power that he creates with yeah, he's an amazing uh, specimen when it comes to golf, and I
It's insane to
expect
see
him
that
to win.
talent, dude.
I expect to see him win in the future. If he doesn't win this year, because it could happen at any point, and
That's why I
I
love
don't
golf
I
so
don't
much,
think
man.
it
It could be
will.
anybody that can win, dude.
I don't think it will, but like, so here's my real thoughts on it in my landscape for the future. I do see something coming of Live PGA over the year. I do expect to see a handful of top end players. I think there's going to be a top 20. I think there's going to be a top 50, and I think there's going to be a top 100. I think we're going to see 3 players transfer over. I
Yeah,
think we'll see a little more than that. They're going to have to. They want to fill the whole roster, so they fill all the holes for Live.
yeah.
And they're not doing that right now.
Well,
And
I'm just glad that
they're
they got a Netflix crew with the live guys too as well. So it's not
yeah.
like it's not only that they're just following PGA, you're also getting to see the live side as well.
So
That's what was very
so
exciting.
here's my question to you, and here's my 3. I'm going to make my 3 picks that are going to go over. And I said this last year, so I was wrong last year. But the guy that I think is going to go over is going to be Ricky Fowler.
to the LIV Tour?
Dude, I think it would be
Yo,
yo.
I think if anybody, it's gonna be what's old boy's name that that everybody loves that has the fuck cancer right here.
Yeah, like
Huge guy.
Kisner
What's
or
his
some.
name? No.
No. Um.
Uh, God damn it. Or let me see here.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't got it. But here's the thing. If I'm live right, that's who I go get. That's who I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna attack. Look, you're not. To be honest, you can almost sneak out all three of them right now.
right.
If I was live, I'd go get Ricky, Justin, and Spieth, and I'd go put them on the Pretty Boys team over on Live to wipe up ship. And
Oh man.
imagine the audience you would create, dude. The
I
amount of
mean,
money they could pay those three dudes, and then they could pick up anybody, dog. Like it don't matter, but you put them three on a team, and imagine the amount of women who are gonna buy fucking live t-shirts, right? Imagine the merch, imagine the crowds, imagine, dude, that's that's what I do. I mean, that's me. Like
yeah.
I'm
So
not their business manager, but I fucking should be,
right.
dog.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of what's crazy that it's Joel Damon, by the way. Joel Damon. If anything, they're gonna go get
Yeah,
Joel Damon just because, so that way Joel Damon doesn't have to worry
but
about making qualifiers,
he's
get back
not.
on the
He's
tour.
like he's a facade though. He's like AK, like AK cool.
What I
He's
mean, well,
whatever, but like he's not
still, like the live tour doesn't give a fuck. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. Like they
right.
got, I mean, dude, they brought Bubba over, and then they brought, but I mean, not saying that Bubba was ever out of it, but they're getting older. You know what I'm saying? And then
Right.
in this case, it seems like they're the savior for that. And if PGA guys are in a bad time, but like this is what I'm saying, like. You know the people that are on the back burners, but they also got John Rahm and all these other guys. You know what I'm saying? But if there's anybody that's of a big importance to the PGA Tour, whether if it comes from entertainment or if it comes from playing good ass golf, they're gonna go fucking get them as best as they can. Now,
Yeah,
I mean,
I
you're
think that's where the
guaranteeing
money
millions of
needs.
dollars that
The,
the Live Tour obviously has. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like they
I
have
think
so
for
much money
like
to
for
do
the
that.
better of. I just think. Look, I think Joel Damon's a good pickup too, but I just don't see him as a solid player. I think live. So from live perspectives, you got to look at it from play. Um, dude, right now you picked up the Legion, which is John Rahm, Hatton, and I forget the other two
Cam
dudes' names,
Smith,
but well, you got Cam Smith over at the Ripper, which they're third. You got Legion at second with John Rahm and Hatton, and then you got the Crushers at top with Paul Casey and Bryson DeChambeau. But if you're gonna bring in another team, it has to be a well-worthy team that's gonna stand up and play. Like
well, also it can't be like OP as shit. You know what I mean?
I
So like
just
they
don't
got to make
see
it
like
even
right next
somehow.
like next year the cliques are going to be dying out because Richard Bland is like the leader of the cliques and Martin
Yeah,
Keimer, and those dudes are, I mean, let's be honest, they're older, they're just not going to compete in the
no,
week to week basis. And
no.
I don't, I mean,
Was Anthony Kim
Joaquin
even on a
Neiman.
team? Was he on a team at all?
Who?
Or was Anthony Kim, or was he just
No,
chilling? Was he playing an
he's a
individual?
no, he was playing, they're playing him as an individual. Like I
That's
said, he's a
crazy.
gimmick.
So they're
He's a
so they're
gimmick, bro.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, I get that part. So I mean, at least they're showing that they're open to doing individuals I mean, but this is what I'm saying though. Also, which I kind of this now that I'm seeing it from like a live perspective, they're giving it's like giving AI or not AI, Isaiah Thomas. You know what I'm saying? They're giving IT like a 10-day contract. Here you go. Go see how
Right.
you do. If you kick ass, we'll hire you. If not, get the fuck out. You know what I mean? So
Well,
they're giving the people what they want, but they're
right.
also, but it's like giving somebody, a 10-day contract, right? Or like a 10 game contract. So he's getting a 10 tournament contract, or he had 11 when he did his first event. And they're saying, here you go. Let's see what you can do. If you can turn up like you used to, come back into onto the tour perspective. Are you going to clutch up, or are you just going to stay like dog shit? Now it's not his fault, but I'm just glad that they're giving somebody the opportunity to try and make it.
Look, I give him props to for trying to make it. I'm not against the gimmick. Like I'm actually pro Anthony Kim. I hope he plays well.
Right.
I think he deserves to be a substitute at very least on a team next year. Because look, there's been injuries and he's not the substitute. He's still just the free agent.
Yeah.
and so that he's just getting solo opportunities to win money. And but even the solo guys in the back end in the DFL, dead fucking last place, dude, they're literally getting 60 grand. Whereas like if you're in the PGA, you're getting cut and you're spent money to get there,
Right.
dog. Like
Exactly. I
so,
mean, you don't
you know,
really have
he's
many
getting
sponsors
profits on the
either.
back end. You got to think he's coming right off the pipe, dog, and
Yeah.
and going, and somebody handed him some fucking clothes, and he went out and got some irons and learned what a fucking trackman was,
Yeah.
and had to put down his stash, dude, and like his face shows exactly what happened.
Right.
Like I've seen it, I've been in those crowds. Dude, I've no, dude, you can tell when somebody's, you know, face has lost its structure, and he's well
Literally.
admitted to it that, you know, how bad he was.
No,
And
but dude, but it's such a good story to see though, because not a lot of people knew what happened to Anthony Kim. You know what I'm saying? They see his face and they're like so confused. So it was, dude. Liv did a great job by making it a story. That's for
yep.
sure. You know, so it's a
Well,
good story to see that he's doing well and that he's, you know, he has his family that supports him now, and he seems a lot better. So that's
so,
a
but
great thing.
then take it the next step. So now you have that gimmick, but now,
Yeah.
now like you could take on another Make a Wish, dude, next year. There's probably another Make a Wish
I
somewhere,
get
brother.
it. I get it.
You know, but you have to bring in a competitive player. Like
Yeah.
Anthony Kim's not going to go on a team next year and make them a dominant team. He did
Yeah.
come out and he's not putting up plus tens anymore. He's
Right.
putting up scratch or even numbers, which is, dude, substantial and awesome. And actually, I'm expecting him to play well at the Greenbrier coming up, or maybe Chicago. But
Mm-hmm.
because I would like to see him play well at the end and land a spot on a team. But then
Yeah.
he's just going to pick up a spot like what I'm saying. Richard Bland's gone next year. There's a couple players that like Louis O stays in his team, like the South Africans. I mean, he's not a South African, but I am saying there is going to be some room, and I think Liv's the contract, dude. If you're not in the top 25%, I don't think they just sign over the contract to you. So they have
Yeah.
the option to leave you.
Yeah.
And then now we're back into the case to where, so we haven't even talked about this. I haven't even really heard about this. But so now the Live contract, once they're done, is the PGA going to accept him back? Like we've kind of heard it,
That's
but
right. I
like
mean, you
now
got the
we're
ban from the PGA and stuff like that
now
from to
now
Bryson and them.
but yeah, now it's real, right? So now
Yeah,
once they lose their Live contract, are they out of job? Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Or are they
that's
now
true.
about, now are they now 10 cupping it at the, the
That's a
driving
great
range, and
question.
are they back or are they not? If they're not in Live, where are they? Are they gonna pick them back on DP? But that's a
Guys that
PGA entity.
Literally, guys that are anybody that is watching this right now, I need you guys to please put in the comments what you believe that if let's say the Live Tour leaves the player and says you're gone, we don't really want you here anymore. They decline the contract. Should the PGA Tour allow them to qualify and end up back on the PGA Tour, or just go through qualifying, try to get to the Corn Ferry again, have to restart? You hit the
Right.
restart button. Here you go. Do you think that they should allow that? Please comment that, because that's a great question to ask, Eric, for sure.
Yeah, and my answer to that is I think you're exactly right. I think you could Q school it. I know that sounds like that's like a slap in the face to somebody who's been in super success,
Yeah.
and some of these people will be leaving the PGA or
No, but
leaving
it's
Live.
also but it's also the
Um,
PGA Tour standing their ground and saying fuck you for leaving us.
but
Do it
and
again.
they should easily pass the Q school. Anybody of any
They
stature
show it,
would go
bro.
out
Show it.
and would
Who cares?
dominate.
I
Right.
still. I mean, I don't give a shit. Okay, but you still got rising stars that are coming in the Corn Ferry, and not even don't. I mean, it's not even a question. Like you shouldn't down the. I'm not saying that you are. I'm saying like in general. Like, don't ever down the Corn Ferry guys, dude.
Oh no.
I mean, dude, those guys are still legit, dude. They just made they just made what is it called? The total amount to win in a tournament much higher than it used to be, being more. I think it's like what in the $1 million sections. I believe.
Yeah,
So people
they're
now
put.
are only people don't have to get two jobs now. You know what I mean? They don't
Yeah.
have to have two jobs, playing golf and then working somewhere else, like working at a
Well,
pro shop. You know?
and here I'll tell you what it is too, brother. And this is kind of a shout out to everybody too. It's like, engage, get involved with the golf industry, support the golf industry. It's not all about, I'm not saying don't go get your TaylorMades, your pings,
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff, but I am saying Go support the smaller tours. Go watch a Corn Ferry event.
Go to an
Go
event. Yeah, just
go
buy a
go
ticket,
watch a
bro.
college event and see some of these nasty amateurs, brother.
Yeah.
Like coming out of college, these kids are shooting mid low 60s, dude. Like
You're
it's
still gonna see
nothing.
the same scores as if they were playing on tour, bro. Like
Yeah,
literally.
and
You know, and you know, most of the college events are no like or if you want to ever go to a college event like for golf, it's free. It's I swear it is
mhm.
literally free. You can just show up to the course.
Go watch these kids manage a golf course, dude. It's
Yeah.
crazy, and you'll learn how badly the amateur plays the game of golf. And you better than me, but I'm a fairly good player, but I mismanage the shit out of a golf course, and
Right.
my score is highly affected. Go watch them dudes. Um, lock in and kill it. And what I'm saying is support small golf, support other tours. They're fun events. It's cool to watch that shit.
Yeah.
And the golf industry can grow, and that money's becoming available because of people like us. And we got to keep rocking and rolling, regardless. And that's my purpose. We haven't even, this is our second episode. First episode was with me and Mr. Matt, but we haven't even talked about the business and stuff. I don't even think we should get crazy into that, but that's so heavy into why I
Yeah.
started my business is to help the small golf community, to help women, children, promote in the veteran community. And like, dude, golf could grow even more, and it's in the majority of households now in America. Like, it's so popular. Top Golf, Pop Strokes, Tiger Woods and their little
Dude,
indoor thing
it's at
coming
that
out.
point, bro. It's just like golf's just that thing. You know what I mean? And especially
And
like with our businesses, we're hopping on that. We're hopping on that same train, dude. We haven't even gotten
yes,
into it
sir.
on here, guys. But we started our own golf businesses, and like he was saying, bro, it's just like for me, it's really just to grow the game. You know what I'm saying? So it's not only just to make it enjoy, or it's not only just to go out there and go play and try to compete. It's also just make it enjoyable. What I'm saying? Even for a person that doesn't want to get into tournaments, it's very therapeutic seeing that is a different track that you can go play anytime you want, and it's not the same, say baseball field or football field. It's the same 100 yards. You know what I mean? It's a different distance at every course, different type of challenges to give yourself. It is a frustrating sport. No shit. I felt like I've been through every single thing, but it like, even having a bad round, usually you'll start bad in the beginning and play good at the end. It's a therapeutic session. You had a little roller coaster going. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, going back to the main point, dude, we're really just here just to try and grow the game in the way that we feel like can be best by our power that we have. You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
in a good way. Because I mean, maybe I won't make it on tour, and maybe that won't be the way that I can grow the game. But I can sure as hell do it by by teaching, the youth or just like what we're doing with our businesses.
I full on seeing our place too is standing out and saying a couple things. Like, it might not be this podcast where
Right.
something stands out, but we keep talking about it. Keep generating conversations with people all over the place. Like, I'm starting to get heavily involved with the World Long Drive, and I feel like it's heavily underrated.
Yeah.
It's one of those tours that, dude, yeah, you go out and these dudes just smack the hell out of the ball as hard as they can.
Yeah.
But a lot of them actually could play golf really well. And but beyond that, we go watch the people play golf. And what are you most amazed by most of the time? I'm more amazed by the dude who knocks down 30 putters time after time.
Yeah.
But but what's you putt for, you're actually trying to light fireworks with the with the driver, bro. And that's
Yeah.
what they do, and it's electrifying, dude. And I'm gonna go out watch my buddy Ben Castman this weekend, and Martin Borgmeyer and Kyle Berkshire, and that shit's amazing. But just to you know backtrack a hair, it's, dude, just growing the game through all these little channels. And we have a podcast, and we have social media, and we have a platform. And we'll joke and bullshit, and I'm down to get competitive, bet a few bucks here and there.
Yeah.
But really, my ultimate mission is just to connect everybody to the best of my ability. It's a weird thing to say in the world that we're so connected, but like, I do still feel disconnected. You know what I mean? Like, it
Exactly.
almost we almost are now just super shielded behind our keyboards and our screens. And So we'll just keep putting ourselves out there and fucking see what catches, dude. You know what I mean? Sometimes you catch a
You
school,
can hook on
sometimes you
one.
don't,
Yeah,
bro. But
every
fuck
blind
it,
squirrel
let's
finds a
get it.
nut. You know what I'm saying? So,
Absolutely.
yeah, man. I mean, that's just really what we're trying to do, isn't it? Just have a good time.
Well, dude, I think that's a great time to close this episode. This was our second episode. This
Yes,
is the
sir.
Dope Golf Podcast. I'm Eric. I'm Trip E. I'm the Golf Armory. I'm pumped to have my boy out here, Mario. Close us out, big dog.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys. I'm Mario. You already know what's good. Hit me up on the golf. Anytime, bro. Anytime wants to smoke. Me and Eric are always about it. 2v2s. But thank you guys for joining the Dope Golf Podcast. I'll see you guys next time.
Peace.